My husband always left for work in his shiny SUV, but then I saw him switching to a rusty old car halfway through the day. I couldn't shake the feeling something was off, so I followed him. But I wasn't prepared for where he went. We all think we know our spouses, don't we? Even the little things like how they take their coffee, which side of the bed they prefer, and the way they hum off key in the shower. After 10 years of marriage, I thought I knew everything about Henry. His dreams, his fears, even the way his voice changed slightly when he was hiding something as trivial as eating the last cookie from the jar. No secrets between us he'd promised on our wedding day. Not even a headache. I remember laughing, thinking how lucky I was to have found someone so honest and so genuine. If only I'd known then that the man I married was living a lie so big it would shatter our entire world. It started like any other Tuesday a few months ago. I was folding laundry and matching tiny superhero socks that belonged to our 6-year-old son when my phone rang. "Mrs. Diana? This is Jessica from Dr. Khan's office. I'm calling to confirm your appointment for this afternoon." I balanced the phone between my ear and shoulder, continuing to fold. "That's right, 2 p.m. There was a pause, then Dr. Khan mentioned there's a specific detail about your husband she'd like to discuss. She said it's important. My hand stilled on a half-folded t-shirt. "I'm sorry, what about my husband?" "That's all she said, Mrs. Diana." "Will you still be coming in?" I almost canceled. The kids had a play date after school, and I had a million errands to run. But that phrase about your husband kept echoing in my mind. "Yes," I said. "I'll be there." So that afternoon I left for the appointment. Dr. Khan's waiting room was as pristine as ever, all chrome and glass and fashion magazines from last month. I'd been coming here for Botox for years, watching the subtle signs of aging fade away under her skilled hands. But today she didn't lead me to the treatment room right away. Instead, she ushered me into her private office, gesturing for me to sit in a plush chair across from her desk. "Diana, I hope you don't mind me asking, but are you and Henry having financial troubles? Is everything all right? If you don't mind me asking." I blinked, thrown by the question. "Financial troubles? No, not at all. Henry's one of the top managers at my father's company, Dr. Khan. We're doing very well. Why would you ask that?" She leaned forward, lowering her voice, although we were alone. "Well, I see him every day from my office window. He's wearing these shabby clothes and drives off in an old Mustang that looks like it's held together with duct tape and prayers." I forced a laugh. "That can't be right. Henry's in meetings all day. He wouldn't—" "Wait here," Dr. Khan interrupted, glancing at her watch. "He usually shows up around this time. See for yourself." Against my better judgment, I nodded and decided that a little waiting wouldn't hurt to prove Dr. Khan wrong. 30 minutes can feel like an eternity when your whole world is about to change. I sat by Dr. Khan's window, my heart pounding so hard I was sure she could hear it even as she pretended to do paperwork at her desk. Then I saw it. A rusted, beaten-down Mustang that looked like it belonged in a junkyard pulled into the parking lot across the street. My pulse pounded in my ears as I recognized the driver. Henry. But not the Henry who had left our house that morning in his crisp suit and shiny SUV. This Henry wore tattered jeans, a threadbare t-shirt, and a shabby jacket I'd never seen before. He glanced around furtively before heading into the toy store nearby, emerging moments later with what looked like stuffed animals. My phone felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds as I pulled it out, hitting his number on speed dial. "Hey, honey," his voice was cheerful. Normal. As if he wasn't standing there in clothes that looked like they came from a donation bin. "I'm in a board meeting. Can I call you back?" I watched him speak into his phone from across the street, bile rising in my throat. "Oh, sure. Don't work too hard, darling." As he hung up laughing and climbed into the rusted Mustang, Dr. Khan squeezed my hand. "Diana, I'm so sorry. I thought you should know." I stood up, my legs shaking. "I don't understand. That can't be. Why would he?" "Do you want me to call someone?" Dr. Khan asked gently, her arms crossed. "No, I need to know where he's going." I grabbed my purse and rushed toward the door. I got into my car and waited as Henry took off in the Mustang. I followed him. What choice did I have? 20 minutes of suburban streets gave way to county roads, my hands trembling on the steering wheel. That run-down Mustang led me further from everything I thought I knew about my life and my marriage. My mind raced through possibilities, each worse than the last. Was he gambling? Involved in something illegal? The Henry the First knew wouldn't be caught dead in clothes like that, and driving a car that looked one pothole away from the junkyard. When he finally stopped at a small house with peeling paint and overgrown grass some 10 miles out of town, I pulled over, my heart thundering. Through the windshield, I watched as Henry retrieved the grocery bags from his trunk, along with what I could now see were definitely stuffed animals. He approached the house and knocked on the door. Moments later, a woman opened the door and stepped out. She was young and beautiful. God, she couldn't have been more than 30. She was pretty, with long dark hair and warm brown eyes. She was holding a toddler on her hip, a little boy no older than 4. And then I saw it. They kissed. The way Henry pulled the woman closer made my stomach churn. The easy familiarity as he scooped up the child, as if he'd done it 1,000 times before, because he probably had, haunted me. They disappeared inside and the door slammed shut as I sat in the car, numb with heartbreak. I don't remember getting out of my car. But suddenly I was there on that cracked sidewalk, banging on the worn wooden door of that house. The woman answered, confusion written all over her face. "Can I help you?" I pushed past her into the house. The air smelled of baby powder and something cooking, pasta sauce maybe. "Henry," I called out. He emerged from the kitchen, the toddler still in his arms. His face went ash white the moment he saw me. "Diana." The woman looked between us, realization slowly dawning. "Who is she, Hank?" I laughed. "I'm his wife." "Who are you?" "Wait, let me guess. His sister." "Not that I heard of. His mother. She is long dead." "Oh wait, his mistress, right." Her face crumpled. "That's not. Hank works at the factory. He's my fiancé. He's been struggling to make ends meet. We've been together for 5 years." "5 years? We've been married for 10, miss. He's an executive at my father's company. And we have 2 children." The truth spilled out like poison. I didn't need words to tell me that Henry, my Henry, had been living a double life, playing the devoted husband and father at home, while pretending to be a struggling blue-collar worker here with Brenda. That was her name. Brenda and their 4-year-old son, Tommy. I can explain. Henry started, setting the boy down. He reached for me, but I stepped back. "Can you? Can you explain lying to both of us? Can you explain our children asking where their daddy is when he misses their school plays because he's here, playing house?" Brenda burst into tears. "He said he worked nights. That's why he could never stay." "Oh, honey, he was in a cozy bed at night. With me. In our bed, right, honey?" I then turned to Henry, my voice steady despite the earthquake ripping my chest apart. "I want you out of my house by tonight. My lawyer will be in touch." As I turned to leave, Brenda called out, "I didn't know. Please believe me, I didn't know." I looked back at her, this woman who had unknowingly shared my husband for 5 years. "I believe you. He lied to us both." With that, I stormed out of that house, and out of Henry's life. That was 3 months ago. The divorce proceedings were ugly, but I'm stronger than I knew. The hardest part is watching the kids, all 3 of them now, because I insisted Henry take responsibility for his son with Brenda. Yesterday, during Henry's weekend visit, our 8-year-old daughter asked, "Mommy, why do we have a new brother?" I pulled her close, breathing in the scent of her hair. "Sometimes grown-ups make mistakes, sweetheart. Big ones. But that little boy, he's innocent. And he needs a family just like you do. Last week I ran into Brenda at the grocery store. It was awkward, but we ended up having coffee. Turns out we have a lot in common, including being deceived by the same man. We're both trying to rebuild, to show our children that life goes on, even when it takes paths we never expected. I'm still gathering my broken pieces, trying to remember what real love looks like. Some days I wonder if it exists at all. But then I look at my children and I see it in their eyes. Pure, uncomplicated, true love. So, while my heart is learning to beat normally again, I'm facing each day for them. And for me. Because maybe love isn't found in grand gestures or whispered promises. Maybe it's in the choice to keep going and to stay strong in a world that tries to weaken you. If you're thinking of sending sympathy my way, don't. Send love instead. God knows we could all use a little more of the real thing.